On today's show, sonic branding rears its ugly head again, and solar panels that you can see through? Alright, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Chris and this is a show about renewable technologies such as EVs, batteries, solar, wind and well more. And if it's happening in Australia and well sometimes from around the world, I bring it here to you. So if you're new, thanks for joining me. Subscribers, thanks for joining me. I've just passed like 3,000 subscribers. Yay! Okay, look, it's been quite the journey so far, and well, YouTube gave me this little summary in my inbox just the other day, and well, year to date, I've done like 94 videos, I've gained about 1,700 subscribers, more than 20,000 watch hours, and more than 292,000 views in this year alone. It's been a lot of hard work, and I wouldn't be doing this and if it weren't for you. Honestly, I really do appreciate the subscriptions because you know what? It's open doors and companies are now knocking on my door wanting their products featured. And like Nissan's giving me media loan cars, Tesla's coming up in January, and there's just so much exciting things happening in Australia right now that this show is to bring that news to you guys out there, and I know most of you are from Australia, but also howdy to my American friends as well as people in Europe. They also watch. So again, if you subscribe, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me, and it actually supports the channel, like I said before, as companies pay attention. And yeah, it's just great. And hey, before I go any further, this year I launched my Patreon, and big thanks to all these guys, particularly like Angelo and Ray Johnson, who at the producer level get the name read out on every single show. So again, it's hard work, it's tiring. I spend many hours every week making these videos because I want to share the changes that are happening in our market, because I just firmly believe that people out there who are naysayers, who are negative against renewable technologies and EVs and things like that, I think maybe just don't really realize how far they have come just in the last 5-10 years. And this show, I'm trying to keep it positive and as much as I can. And it's, yeah, anyway, again, thank you. Really sincere, thank you. Let's get into some real news. Sonic branding has got my attention once again. I've discussed this on the show previously, and well, in that one, it was about Hans Zimmer, who I actually love very much because of his awesome soundtracks on many popular movies that no doubt you've actually seen. And well, back then, he was commissioned by like BMW to, quite frankly, make the new i8, whatever it's going to be called, if it's not called the i8, but it's something like that. And well, the car kind of sounded like a cat symphony. I'm not exaggerating. You want to go listen to it, check the link down below. Anywho, it turns out that my suspicion that car companies aren't doing this for safety reasons. Oh no, they're actually doing it for branding. In particular, sonic branding, to which Ford, you know, the car company, has admitted to in a recent article in Fortune magazine, where director Darren Palmer, who was part of the EMAC team, noted that the electric vehicle artificial sounds made his hair stand up on the back of his neck, and that with its low bass, varied timbre, and, get this, the grumble of a powerful turbine. What? Electric vehicles do not make a grumble of a powerful turbine. Oh goodness, no, I mean seriously, can we all just maybe grow up and get over our love affair with loud pipes and engine grumbles? I completely agree that for safety reasons, EVs do need to emit a sound at low speeds to warn pedestrians that they're nearby. But what Ford and what BMW is doing is just annoying. I'd like to hear from you. What do you think about the sonic branding? Like, do you agree? And do you believe like companies like Tesla, who's like the industry leader in the EV area, should they also commission like the synthesizer gods of like Kyle Dixon or Michael Stein? You know, the guys who did the Smarter Things soundtrack? Should they get them in and compose some sort of awesome noise that Teslas will emit? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Alright, vote now. Do I want to hear from you? Put a comment down below who you think should be the composer for Tesla, and I'll read them out on Monday's show. Volkswagen has announced that it'll be consolidating several of its research and development divisions into one new group known as Car.Software. And please, Volkswagen, can you just stop with this whole dot thing? You know, the ID.3. Now what is this? The Car.Software. People do not talk like this, and it just isn't good for your marketing. It really isn't. Just saying. The new unit will be based out of Audi electronics venture GmbH. I don't know what that means, by the way. Basically, that's in Garmisch, Germany, and will incorporate sites of like Belgium, Berlin, Wolfsburg, and many other international sites, such as like Seattle and Beijing. And Volkswagen states that the idea behind moving all the best and brightest electronic engineers from every part of the world into one team will give them the synergy to actually develop the software better and faster than what they currently do. Kicking off with about 5,000 positions, escalating to about 10,000 positions by 2025. So it turns out that the VW, Audi, Porsche group, they only actually develop about 10% of their own software currently. And the aim is to aim for about, is to go for about 40% by 2025. So good luck, and I want to see what they bring out of this. Yarra City Council has announced its plan to reduce its impact upon the environment by not only introducing some new tech to local homes and businesses, but also through some measures that might delight and upset residents in Collingwood, Richmond, Fitzroy, Clifton Hill, and many more. The City of Yarra Mayor Misha Coleman stated that it is our moral responsibility to respond to the climate emergency, and the community has told us loud and clear that they want to be part of the solution. Our climate emergency plan provides the tools to put that passion and energy into real action. Our draft climate emergency plan is a turning point where we're accelerating our current emission reductions and, more importantly, wrapping up the ways we can support our community and, move them out of this crisis. I paraphrased that last part, apologies, but you get the idea. So, what are they going to be doing? They're going to be taking as much as possible liquid natural gas out of council buildings, which, by the way, if you can do it and remove it from your own house and your own energy mix, just think of the savings that you'll have with the daily access charges. Yeah, if you can. I appreciate it's not possible for everybody, but nonetheless, it's something we can all strive for because, gas is a fossil fuel. In addition to removing gas from the energy mix, they also plan on creating a community grant pool and will partner with childcare centres, schools and education services to help spread the word about what climate change is and encourage people to lead climate action groups. Now, this point right here is kind of what I'm doing with this channel, and that is to spread the positivity messaging around technologies that can actually that are available right now, because as we all know, there's a lot of misinformation out there, the fear, uncertainty and doubt stuff, and the naysayers who don't believe that we can actually do this. So maybe, just maybe, don't actually realize that the solutions are here and now and they're only getting better. So I encourage you, please do subscribe, hit the notification icon, and know that whenever any new video does come out, please share it with that person who, props up on maybe your socials saying stuff like this, and sadly, this. And more on that real soon. I've got a real humdinger for you. Getting back to the Yarra City Council's plan, they're going to be increasing the use of energy-efficient LED public lighting across, the streets. And that's a good thing, because it turns out that, did you know that high-pressure sodium and metal halide lights that you've historically seen around, they consume about 600 watts per hour per globe. And the new LED variants are just 1/10 of that. So, hey, give a utility company a call and say, can you please come and change the lights outside my house, please? Just a suggestion. In addition, the Yarra Council will speed up residential solar panel installations, support businesses to move to 100% renewable electricity retailers, and trial some car reduction strategies which will no doubt annoy many. What are they going to be doing? They're going to relocate some car spaces, remove some, and introduce car-free zones as well as curfews. These strategies will no doubt make the air clearer for businesses and residents, and something that the people who live in London can really identify with, because you know what? Some of the roads are actually some of the dirtiest in the world. I fear in Australia, applications like this maybe just won't work so well because we have vast distances and we can't all use bikes or walk to our favourite shop in that suburb. Rather, yeah, we jump in cars or maybe on public transport, but nonetheless, we do need access to local communities, and by taking away car spaces and reducing roads, it's a bit of a mixed message. It's kind of like saying, yeah, don't bother coming here, we don't want you. Check this out. Western Australian company ClearVue Technologies has just been approved for IEC number and logoing on its products. Yes! What's that? You don't know what that means? Nor do I. Just hang on a second. Okay, all right. I just looked that up and it turns out it's actually a big deal because without these certifications, they wouldn't be able to sell the solar glass windows in Europe, America, or other international markets. And yes, I did say solar glass windows. Yeah. Look, unlike traditional solar photovoltaic panels, you know, the ones that are kind of grey, blue, blackish, that's due to like the silicon and other stuff that goes into them. Well, what ClearVue technology has done is they've created what they're calling an emerging third generation solar panel that is integrated into the glass and you can actually see through it. The special glass, they have like several components to them, with the first being like the glass at the front, spectrally selective thin film coating, and the one that helps convert sunlight to electrons, an inorganic nanoparticle photovoltaic interlayer, which actually helps push the sun's energy to the edges of the frame where it's collected by the PV cells and converted to electricity. ClearVue say that for every 1 square meter of glass, the solar panels, or solar glass, can output about 30 watts of power. Now, that number is a bit low, especially when compared to traditional panels that produce about 200 watts per square meter. But these things also serve a dual purpose. Due to the triple layer design, they super insulate buildings by about 40%, which in turn lowers heating and well cooling costs. And could you imagine the applications of this, like skyscrapers with a large surface area of glass? Or maybe retail buildings like this one that Apple has, or maybe down in Fed Square where, again, we've got large expanses of glass. It's an encouraging technology, and I'm really proud that this is an Australian tech that we'll start seeing on buildings very soon. Okay, time for one of my favorite segments, and it's mail time. And first up, before I jump into this, can I just call out Empire of Peaches. You were announced as the winner for the Tesla Model 3 vinyl wrap kit from EV Armor about 2 weeks ago. I think it was on the 2nd of December or so. I did message you, but I haven't heard back from you. So please, if you're watching this show, that's actually me notifying you that you're the winner. Do get in contact with me. And just to close out, I did get an American winner, and that went to the Tesla owner's Las Vegas owner, you know, who runs that club, that is. So EV Armor is sending out a wrap kit to him or her. I don't know if it's a boy or girl. Apologies in advance, but thanks for watching. And yeah, congrats to everyone. All right, so let's get into some mail. Tony writes, way too long to wait for a parking spot. Still, love it. It's a beast. No dent. How good is that? Finally, I can park next to cars. Hey, so that's around the Tesla Cybertruck, and just how it's basically, its exoskeleton is its frame, I think. Is that a good way of putting that? And the demonstration with the sledgehammer is pretty damn impressive. And a little side note, I'm really pleased to see that Elon did tweet this, stating that thanks for all the suggestions and comments around the Tesla Cybertruck, and yeah, it's a little bit suggestive of maybe they're going to do little fine changes and fine tune it, because again, Brian from I1 Tesla, I love your design that you did, and you know, it's only little tweaks, but I think that Brian's ideas, and look, he knows trucks whereas I don't, are things that they could incorporate into it. Still polarizing, but hey, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? Tesla Cybertruck asks, is actually going to be doing the front struts. Now, this is my bad here, because when we shot that, we actually said that we're going to do both the boot as well as the front, front boot. Do we also have a good expression for this thing yet? Because we don't call our boots trunks, we call them boots. You know what I mean? Anyway, and yeah, look, we did say in that video we'll do the front ones, and my bad, we didn't get time to shoot it that day. So, yes, we will. Yes, we will. He's currently on holiday in Queensland, having probably an awesome time. Hi, Ash. And when he gets back, I'll film that with him. And yeah, just watch out for that. Plus, also EV Armor is sending out some more vinyl wrap sort of stuff. So there's another opportunity for you to win very soon. And yeah, watch out for that video too. Charles A. Rivera writes, Chris, stop calling them Tesla killers. It's counterproductive. Call them EV converts, join the evolution. Welcome them. They aren't the enemy. Fossil fuels are. They're not happy about climate change either. And the sooner we get off them, the better. And I've got to agree with you here, Charles. You know, well said. And look, I have said, if you follow me on Twitter, you know what I'm thinking over there more than probably I do here. But nonetheless, I like to be thinking that EVs are just another car. And absolutely wholeheartedly agree that the quicker we can get any legacy car maker to an electronic realm, the better. You know, you can fill up it with solar power, with wind power, whatever. And the messaging that we should all be doing is that, yeah, no, they're not Tesla killers. They're actually, they're awesome on their own. And if you're like Porsche's great, if you're like Mercedes, great. Just buy something that is actually better for the environment than what an internal combustion engine car is. But sadly, and this is not so much an apology from my end, but any of my videos that I actually put the word Tesla in, honestly do 4 to 5 times better than ones that don't. And whilst I didn't actually call that video anything around Tesla killers, I did actually have the, intro sequence with the words, I think, Tesla killer in it, with this around the Mercedes EQC. And yeah, look, Casey does it. Some of the science people I do it, they also put in clickbait titles, and it's pretty crappy, to be honest, that we have to do this. But if you don't get the views. And what I'm trying to do here is spread the message. And look, I do try to keep the titles as honest and on topic as possible. And it was a good catch by you to actually say that in the intro sequence, because both my thumbnail and the title didn't actually say that. But yeah, you get the idea that unless you're talking about Tesla, unfortunately you don't get the views. And well, if I don't get the views, I don't get the message out there. And yeah, it's just the reality of YouTube right now. If I ever get to the Zach and Jesse size of audience, I definitely won't be using them, because, you know, week on week, those guys are now getting 30, 40, 50,000 views on their news episodes. And well done to them. And yeah, let's just keep building this up. And thanks for your honest feedback there, Charles. Okay, time for one last story, and this one is sadly about the estimated range for the Porsche Taycan. And well, the EPA, that's the American agency who rates cars, you know, estimated range, has come in with a figure of 201 miles per charge. Now, that is kind of shocking because, well, Porsche had previously said that their car would do about 275 to 280 miles on one charge. That's using the European WLTP method, which is only about 10% more generous, let's say, than the EPA one. So to go from 275 down to 200 is quite remarkable. And for my Australian people who watch this show, we're talking about 320 kilometers here, 321 kilometers to be precise. And well, it's a bit of a shocker, let me tell you, because this thing, Americans, $150,000 American. When it comes to Australia, with our luxury car tax and conversion with European fees, and not European fees, American dollars, it's going to be about $300,000. Bit of an ouch, like seriously. Now, unlike some, I'm not going to compare this thing to the Model S because, well, Porsches, they're sports cars. And people who buy them, they like acceleration, they like speed, they like handling, okay? So I'm not going to compare it to a sedan, but I will compare it to the Tesla Roadster, which is coming out who knows when. That's going to cost about 350,000 Australian dollars when it comes out. But that could do more than 900 kilometers on one charge. Now, range is one thing, okay? if you're buying a car and you're just using a track, you're not going to care about range. You're not. But if you're out and about and you're driving this thing around, and EVs, the acceleration is infectious. And it's fun just to hit the accelerator, just floor it, push it through the floor. And every time you do that, you're pulling a lot of power from the battery. And in doing so, you actually significantly decrease the range that you can go. So when you're going to be buying a $300,000 car that can only do 320 kilometers and you drive it like you stole it, guess what? You're not going to even get 320 kilometers. No, it's a really embarrassing figure. And well, Porsche has been very quick to defend it and says, you know, look, hey, we've done our own independent testing and we can get 275 to 280 miles. But that honestly is not real world. And yeah, I imagine they're going to be looking to what Tesla has done with its its motor and batteries and the hardware and software that goes all around that, because there's something not quite right here. And I'm not the engineer to say what they're doing wrong, but nonetheless, yeah, it's not a good thing, is it? So tell me, what do you think? Do you think it's maybe put some of the Porsche buyers off? And maybe those now are going to be looking to the Tesla Roadster. But again, maybe it's a 2-year wait. Hard to say. I really do want to hear from you. Put your comments down below. And hey, if you enjoyed the show, please remember to subscribe, give it a thumbs up. And if you do nothing, be good and be green.